Fourth time's a charm. Okay, we're going to try this. We're doing this. Here we go. I'm inviting him in. I'm inviting him.
Holy
It
Whoa!
worked! Yes! What's up,
Holy
brother?
cow!
We're broadcasting live
That
together,
was
dude.
so interesting. Me and Ian have been trying to connect for the last 20 minutes.
We've been trying to connect this for a while, for days and days, so that we could do
I
this with you
can't,
guys.
I
Wow,
can't
what's
even
up,
really see
Paul?
your face because I just see all the hearts. Your face,
I know you
your
have lots of
face
hearts.
just says hearts flying through it.
You should take a
Actually, I
little
will, but
screen cap.
I'm afraid if I lose connection. All right, I'm
Yeah, we
not
don't
doing
want
it.
to
I'm
do
not
that.
touching it.
So this is this incredible technology that Facebook has put together, and it's allowing us to talk live. I'm now with my brother. I'm in the North Georgia woods, and I
What
don't
do
know
you?
where Paul is. Are you in
No,
LA? Are
I'm in Atlanta. What are you doing in the
Okay.
woods, man?
So just to get out and clear my head, man. But God, I'm so stoked we made this
Ian's
work.
lost. He's in the woods wandering. He's lost his mind. He's decided to flee.
I'm so freaked. I know.
You're so
Well,
afraid.
I figured if I go north, I can get to
Yeah, you're
Canada.
so afraid of what might happen that you're just
I'm so
he's
afraid of
just
what might
walking.
happen. But
He's not
listen,
even driving. No.
I'm just walking. I'm not even driving. I don't even have a car. Um, but Paul and I really wanted to have this kind of last conversation, sort of as a last ditch effort to anyone who's feeling, you know, disgruntled about this election, or people that don't want to go to the polls, people who are registered, people who are in line and still freaked out. I think we just wanted to say, listen, Paul, Paul, you were born in when,
82.
82? I was born in 78, so at the end, so I'm only about 3 years off from what we consider the millennial generation. And Paul and I
Wait,
talk
and did
about
I
this all
make
the
the
time.
cutoff?
No, you're right. You're at the very beginning of
Yes.
millennials. I'm just pre-millennials. Well, but the big problem is millennials
I
are
know, I know.
we're, and I am a part of that, but they're disgruntled, and a lot of people wanted Bernie, and they think they're going to go vote for Gary Johnson or Jill Stein. And the only problem with that is, yeah, I know you want a revolution. I think that's cool. The problem is, if you do that, you are unfortunately voting for Trump. And Paul and I just wanted to just chat about maybe that, and getting in there, and what I don't think people are talking about a lot too, and Paul and I were just discussing this, is if we don't have control of the Senate, not we meaning Democrats, I mean Americans, if we have a Congress who's going to block everything the president does, I think it's a good idea, man, even just to get out to the polls to make sure that the Senate is a Senate that's going to actually, because here's the deal, if Trump wins and it's just red and Republican across the whole House, the whole Congress, and the White House, you're going to have, you think we have problems now. And it's no offense, Republicans even know it. And it's not Republican or Democrat. I mean, I wish I could say this was a sort of bipartisan phone call, just sort of as a plea between Paul and I.
Well,
Paul,
yeah,
what
I
do you
mean,
want
I
to say,
think
brother?
that's exactly it. A lot of people are feeling a little apathetic and kind of like, real, not too enthused about the election. And I think it's important
Yeah.
for people to understand that, get up, get in line and do it, because you're going to regret it when you get old and you look back. And historically, you want to be a part of this. And I think we do need to try to regain the majority. So that we can pass incredible laws, such as, I mean, and
Laws.
Ian's so passionate about the environment, and I think we're not going to be able to achieve anything if the Senate is not controlled. And so that vote that you think doesn't matter, it really does. And so
It really does matter. And millennials too, especially, man. Move here. No, millennials too. Look, I've done a lot of market research, and millennials, we want something for our vote. We want something for our donation. We want something. And I think the intangible component of this is, if you get out and vote, because millennials just don't want to go. They're upset. Um, and there's no Amazon to bring the vote to you. That's way past. We just got to get out in those polls, and you know, the people who are in line right now watching this, laughing while people look over their shoulder. If you are in line, just remember we have one shot at this, and we don't have the time to play around. I know people don't want politics as usual, and we have a lot to change, but I just hope we're on the right side of
Yeah,
history, you know? Let's elect the first female president of the United States. Look, here's the deal. Men have consistently screwed it up for a long time. Let's give a woman
yeah,
a chance,
and
you
yeah.
know?
There's this great. There's a documentary that I watched. It was interesting. There was like I think during like a huge recession. I don't want to say. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Iceland. I'm not sure, but there was only one bank during this like massive recession that did not go under, and it was controlled by women, and every other bank went under. And so let's give it a shot. You know, let's see what happens. Again, I like a president.
Let's give it a
President
shot
can't do much unless the votes are in favor of a majority.
without a
Yeah, and so
Congress.
let's.
Yeah, without a president can't do anything
I've met
without
a
a
lot of
Congress
people who
that
I
allows
respect,
him.
who I really like, who are like, you know, a little again, just feeling really apathetic and like, well, my vote doesn't matter, and it really does. So if you're at home and you're watching this Facebook Live and you're a registered voter, you know, regardless of what state you're in, it's just so important. You know, even if Ian and I can just convince, you know, a handful of people, then we did our job. It's a last
Yeah,
ditch
it was
effort.
just sort of, just sort of a last ditch effort to really say this isn't about screen. No, Ira, my dog's munching on some cow poop.
She's looking for
It's funny
shrooms.
being we, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, and it's I'm looking at climate. I mean, I'm actually sweating in this thing, which I probably shouldn't be in November. I don't know if anyone's have seen Years of Living Dangerously. I highly recommend watching that. It gives you a real understanding of how close we are to a tipping point where climate disruption is going to really ruin everything for us. But there's another movie called Before the Flood.
No,
Did you
it's
see
on my
Before the
list. I'm
Flood,
gonna
Paul?
watch it.
You
I
got to
know,
see
I
this.
know.
DiCaprio
Yeah.
killed this thing. It's unbelievable the job that he did and the whole team that put this together. I, I Nikki and I were sitting there, because we work with the Years of Living Dangerously team and we're a part of that. It's so mind bending what we get to do over time. They condensed into 1 hour and a half movie, but our environment is the single biggest challenge we face, no matter what you think. I mean, the science is there. So whether it's about religion or whether it's about, your daddy's granddaddy always voted Republican, I'm just begging to get out
I just
there
read a
and just
comment. I'm gonna scroll up.
tell
Patricia
me.
Serna. I am not a U.S. citizen or anything, but I want to stress the fact that since the U.S. has a lot of power globally, whatever the U.S. does affects other countries also. Your vote echoes globally, and I think that's really great. And I agree. You know, the U.S. is a world leader, and you know, what a shame. Wouldn't it be insane if we just sort of backed out of the Paris climate talk, that whole
Well,
agreement that we worked so
I'll
hard
tell
to
you,
achieve?
Donald Trump will do that
Yeah,
immediately. Donald Trump thinks climate change is a hoax, and he'll pull us out of the Paris Agreement. He'll open up coal-fired power plants again. He's just going to
yeah.
shoot us back about
And you know,
25
it's
years.
crazy. There's all these.
And I just not willing to
It's
do that,
unprecedented. We
man.
have all these countries. We're all working together globally to try to achieve something, and then suddenly we have this guy coming in and saying, "Nah, this is a hoax. You know, this is BS." Meanwhile, you know,